Hello, welcome to Veritas. I'm your host, Adam Colazetti, and I'm here to guide you on a meditative adventure like no other. Join me and lose yourself in your imagination as we travel the outer reaches of the cosmos, quest for powerful talismans, and explore the inner realm of your subconscious. What might you find along the way? But be warned, fair traveler, this path is not for the faint of heart. On this path, of one thing I am certain, dragons be here. Are you ready? So how we're going to begin is you're going to sit comfortably, however that means to you. Could be legs crossed, could be sitting in a chair, whatever it is, sit somewhere comfortably that you feel relaxed and comfortable. And you're going to close your eyes and you're going to take 3 deep breaths. Deep breath in, count to 4. Deep breath out, count to 4. And each time you exhale, you're going to try and relax your body a little bit further. So you're going to inhale, pause, exhale. Pause. So as you're doing this and you're relaxing, it's in those pauses between breaths where we're going to go. That is where your creativity meets your imagination, meets your subconscious. So let's see what awaits you in the spaces between breaths. When you awake, you find yourself lying outside beyond the cave entrance, staring up at a clouded sky. It is disorienting. Like a dream you desperately tried to grasp hold of as your waking mind erases it from memory. The sun is high in the sky, causing you to shield your eyes as you look up and gaze around. The crack in the rock wall still stares at you, mocking you. Was the whole thing a dream? You breathe deep and grimace. The boot print in your chest says otherwise. Seek the swamp, as if you had a choice. And so it is that you begin to walk. Your path feels right, and your soul quiets the uneasy voice that knows that nothing living ever goes to or from the swamp. Regardless, you walk. Day turns to dusk, and you find space to watch the sun set beyond the horizon. Shadows grow long. You can't help but notice the transformation the world undergoes from day to night. Perhaps your encounter with the man with the wide eyes has shifted your perspective. Is the same person that went in the same person that came out? Exhaustion overtakes you as you drift into the dream world. What awaits you tomorrow will have to wait. Morning brings a shift in the air. It is wetter. The sound of birds and rustling of leaves fades, bringing a heaviness to the air around you. You have passed into the swamp. You're not sure when you first notice it, but your boots begin to squelch into wet mud. The trees have no leaves here, just gnarled branches and twisted shapes. There is death in this place, yet still you move forward, always moving forward. At last, the gnarled forest parts, and you are face to face with the heart of the swamp. More a lake that has risen to consume the land than anything. It is so quiet. The air is damp and smells of rotting foliage. You breathe in to shout, "Hello!" but think better of it. The hairs on your neck stand end on end. There is something out there that knows you are here already. Cautiously, you advance to the water's edge. The mud is becoming increasingly difficult to navigate. The water is opaque and still. Whatever secrets it holds are hidden from you. Without any other options, you find a rock and sit. You will wait and watch. If you were meant to find something here, then this is where you will find it. At first, you try to stay hyper-present. You examine the tree branches and the rocks. You notice the log floating in the lake just in front of you, but your mind inevitably wanders. And yet, your subconscious is always watching, and a small warning from within you alerts you to the fact that the log is watching you. Not a log. 2 great black eyes stare at you intently. You freeze. Slowly you start to back away from the edge of the water, hoping to not alarm whatever the creature is. But your fate had already been decided. There is an explosion of water and sound, and the true size of the creature is revealed as it comes for you. Your screams echo across the swamp as you try to move, but your view is filled with the gaping maw of a giant crocodile. It is impossibly large, and when its mouth clamps down on your right leg, right up to your hip, the pain is excruciating. Time freezes for a split second as your world fills with pain, and then you are dragged back into the water. The swamp is silent once again, and only the faintest ripple on the surface of the water left as indication you were ever there. Your world, however, is chaos. It is blackness and violence. Your screams meant you did not have a chance to take a breath before you were pulled under and your lungs are already screaming. This burn blends with the pain of teeth digging into your leg and your arms wave frantically in the blackness. Then the crocodile begins to spin and you can't help but swallow a mouthful of water. There is a moment when you can see the end, a peaceful alternative to the violence and uncertainty of your current situation, and you almost reach for it. But some small part of you still fights, and with a last-ditch effort, you grasp the head of the beast with your hands. Your fingers search for something, anything, and they are rewarded with something soft and squishy. You drive your thumbs in as hard as you can. Even a crocodile will stop when it gets a finger in the eye. With a start, it lets you go. Your frantic flailing ceases and you hang suspended in the murky depths, still as a corpse. You can't see through the blackness, but you have a sense that the great beast is there, inches from your face. You are being judged. A vision fills your mind. Another pond, but this one is different. You see through the eyes of the crocodile just peeking above the surface. The dragon from your previous vision is there in all its terror of death and claw. The black scales glitter and flex, but this view is different. You are behind and to the side this time. It is the same scene. You must not have noticed the crocodile before. The unfortunate warrior is partially blocked from view, but you recognize the figure desperately holding a shield to the flames of the dragon, being forced to the ground, one leg and one hand down already. The heat and violence of the scene is the same, and fear can't help but permeate your being. The dragon roars and everything goes black. You awaken to the cold sensation of mud sticking to your face. You're alive. The sense of surprise is stifled only when you start to move. Your body aches. With a groan, you pull your head up and look around. You are lying about 10 feet from the water, and the sweeping marks of a crocodile tail distinctively lead back into the water. Did it carry you out of the water? You glance at your leg. Your pants are shredded and there's too much dried blood to really see. You can't bring yourself to try and move it just yet. Continuing your exploration of your surroundings, you turn your head forward. Two white paws stand before you, and as you try to raise your eyes up, the world shifts and you drift back into unconsciousness. Hello and welcome to Veritas. We're here to talk about truth, and we are currently talking about the Chiron series, episode 2. If you missed the last episode, definitely go check it out. It's called The Waking Dream. You can jump in right now, but I think you'll enjoy it more if you go check out episode 1. But I'm here with Allison Langton. Welcome, Allison. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We literally just 2 seconds ago finished reading episode 2, which I titled Judgement. So, Allison, first impressions?
Yeah, again, love all the visuals, and just this one felt a little bit more visceral, I think, with the biting of the leg and
yeah, it's meant to be like a little bit intense, very violent, right?
Totally.
Like
felt my body tense.
Okay, not pleasant.
Yeah.
So we brought you here to stress you out,
yeah,
essentially. Okay. Well, last time we shuffled some cards and you drew an animal, so you want to do the same?
Sure.
Last time we did this, the first guest drew the same card twice, so let's see. And by the way, there's 4 dragons in that deck, but no one ever draws the dragon, so if you draw it, I'm going to lose my mind.
I just drew
Did
the
you
dragon. That's hilarious.
No way.
This is the air dragon, which is really interesting because I talked about the air wind dragon.
Wow. That's super cool. The air dragon is my favorite, and no one ever draws it, so we need to take a moment. This is amazing. This makes my day. And if you watch episode 1, Allison talked about the wind feeling like a dragon when she first listened to, so that's
the universe
cool.
Is listening.
Yeah, exactly. And the air dragon specifically is about inspiration, insight, and vitality, manifesting as sudden flashes of illumination. So, pretty cool.
Wow.
There
you go.
I'm pretty excited. That's awesome.
So funny.
Yes, the dragon. Okay, so this one, we go to the swamp. Mm-hmm. You kind of wake up, you're on a quest. Mm-hmm. I'm interested in how you felt about going into the swamp. You know that it's a dangerous place, but somehow in the story you're drawn to go there. Mm-hmm. So how did you feel about that?
Yeah, I saw a snake on the path ahead of me, and for me, snakes bring this aspect of life and creation, so I felt like I was trusting a guided spirit to go in there. It's okay, you could do it.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going into this place of, death and rot and mud, and it's just not a great place, but you're just feeling confident you're moving forward.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the great crocodile comes out and grabs you. So how'd you feel about that whole thing?
Yeah, that was definitely intense. some fear and just, uncertainty, I think, coming up. Right before that happened, I saw a series of ghosts that were traveling across, I guess I'll call it a pond or the water. And there was one on a bike and one on a little canoe. And so, again, it was a sense of like, there's other things around. But yeah, that particular moment, just how you described how big it was like, ooh.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
And my favorite scene is the idea of it's kind of let you go and you're floating under the water, but it's dark, but you can't see, but you know that it's like right here.
Yes.
What'd you think about that scene? Like that, it's almost like you're being judged, like it's deciding something, right?
Yeah, you described that. Like it's like, it's intently observing you, sort of judgment idea. So I felt uncertain about whether that was from a observational perspective of they're trying to judge where I'm at, kind of like the man in the cave, you know, is kind of watching how I'm going to react to things, or if this was like, you know, a more negative judgment from somebody else of like they already had a preconceived notion or something.
Okay. So I like the idea of crocodiles are like these ancient creatures, very wise. So they're looking at you. They're deciding something important, seems like, right?
Yep.
And of course you see the vision, you see the same vision with the dragon as before, but from a different point of view. So what'd you think about that?
I think it felt more like from a position of like power, like, that I was in control or something versus like the other perspective, which was just,
right, like, oh crap.
Exposed.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So off to the side, the crocodile's watching, they're not in any danger, but they're seeing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Very cool. Well, I'm excited to go on to episode 3, which is titled The Climb. So we'll see where that goes.
Okay.
All right. Join me each week as a new chapter unfolds. What worlds will we explore next? What gods and monsters will we find? What part of yourself will awaken? Only one way to find out.